Hey, it's Lovable Chevy again. I just thought I'd do a follow-up video to help clarify a few things. Um, yeah, so this is the Handy Duo, and this is basically everything that is inside it. It's up here. We have the Retro Duo system. As you can see, I used these buttons as the power buttons. The game select and the reset button I used as the power button. The controller is the original controller, blue buttons and everything. It's a little separated. The inside of this, let's show you what's on the inside of the system. It's not a very big board, as you can see. So yeah, it's actually 3 different boards. I completely got rid of one of them, but that's the... And then this is the case I used. It's called a ZN40 case. It actually was not thick enough. It's one reason why it took me so long to do. It didn't really take me 2.5 years. I took over a year off. I had everything in storage. I got tired of doing it because I was frustrated. But this is actually not a thick enough case to use, so I had to greatly modify it, as you can see here. Compare if I can get that to stay. You can see the differences of the thickness in the little wings here. There's not really much wing. So yeah, that was just enough thickness for me to finish it up. It was just too thin before. But and I used a Zenith or Zenith. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but it's actually a GameCube screen, but it's exactly the same as the PS1 screens. I just like the buttons better. So, and these aren't the exact batteries I have. These ones are actually a little bit bigger. They're longer in size, but basically it's 2 Li-ion, I think, batteries. You have to wire in a protection circuit, which there's one under that tape there, and wire it up to a jack like that. And obviously a lot of time and effort goes into sanding it and making it look nice, but I thought I'd give you some comparisons to other things. So this is the Handy Duo. It weighs just a little bit over 2 pounds, so yes, it is hefty, but it's not super heavy. It's not like it kills you to hold it with one hand. I can obviously hold it perfectly fine with one hand. But comparison, here is a Game Gear case. Just the case, it's missing everything inside of it. But as you can see, the Handy Duo is a little bit bigger for that size. Obviously, it is taller. Show you that. It's obviously taller, but like width-wise and height-wise, well, yeah, it's not that much bigger than the Game Gear. Obviously, people think the Game Gear is huge, though, but considering that Game Gear carts are small, and this takes 2 big ones, I think that's not too bad. Modern system, the DS obviously is going to be a ton smaller than this, but it also only has, what, like a 3-inch screen, and this is a 5-inch screen. So that's one reason why it's so much bigger, because it has a much bigger screen, as you can see. But so yeah, obviously this is a lot smaller. That's okay though. Some people might wonder why I chose to use the Retro Duo instead of the FC Twin. At the time, I'm not up to date now on the Yobo stuff or whatever, but at the time the Retro Duo had the most accurate cloning hardware. I could play the most games on it. For example, Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. It does not work on the FC Twin, but it does on the Retro Duo, and Super Mario RPG. This is one of my all-time favorite games, so I had to have a system that played it. Just to show you that they do work. Go to the Nintendo side first. And obviously, volume does work. And the brightness actually do still work. I did LED mod the screen. It has 6 LEDs, 2, one here, 2 here and 2 here. It makes sense when you see how they're in there, but the brightness does still work even though the original tubing is gone. I guess it does it more like contrast instead of actual brightness, but as you can see, the game does work. I've not ever actually played this game very much, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But anyway, it obviously boots up and works perfectly fine. Okay, and then over to the Super Mario RPG, which sometimes it's a little weird when you try to get it to. It would figure that it would choose now when I'm trying to show you that it does work to not work. There we go. I've noticed that it's a little weird with Super Mario RPG that you have to take the cartridge out each time between turning it on and off. But as you can see, it works. My favorite Super Nintendo game, or at least one of them. But yeah, it works. But for example, like I said, if I turn it off and try to go back to Super Mario RPG, it doesn't work. You have to pull the game out, put it back in, and then do it again, which I must not have seated it correctly. Awesome. Yeah, see, so. But anyway, so that is why I chose the Retro Duo over the Handy Duo. But yeah, so that's that. With I did take some dimensions. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I think it's like 7 inches tall with everything together. But anyway, I don't mind playing it, and it is mine, so works well for me. But anyway, if y'all have any questions, feel free to post. Thanks.